Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California, and on Mars, I want to present to you the team that has brought us back to Mars tonight. I see him! There we are! Woo! There we go! Over here, Con. All right, let's give them one more round of applause now that we've got them all up here. Thank you very much.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Mars. I mean, to NASA. About an hour and a half ago, I went outside and looked toward the west, and I saw Mars there, and I said, in an hour and a half, you are going to have a visitor. And the planet smiled, and I knew that we were going to have good luck. So with this, I want to introduce you our fearless leader, Charlie Boger.
Boy, I'll tell you, Charles, thanks very much. First of all, just let me say thanks very much to the entire team, and all the teams not here. Some of the teams in places like Canberra, Australia, and up in Goldstone, because the Deep Space Network was what made it possible for us to be getting all the data and everything. So, you know, but today, right now, the wheels of curiosity have begun to blaze the trail for human footprints on Mars. Curiosity, the most sophisticated rover ever built, is now on the surface of the red planet, where it will seek to answer age-old questions about whether life ever existed there on Mars, or if the planet can sustain life in the future. This is an amazing achievement, made possible by a team of scientists and engineers from around the world, and led by the extraordinary men and women of NASA and our Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Nothing in robotic planetary exploration is harder, more technically challenging, or as risky as landing on the surface of Mars. And I know most of you are saying, how can he be saying that? It just looks so easy. Trust me. Historically, counting all the missions by all countries, the odds of success are about 40%. The recent U.S. record is better, with now 6 successful missions, including now 4 landings. And I'm going to stray from my script here for a moment, which is always dangerous. But tonight, and I'm probably not going to include all the countries, but tonight there are at least 4 countries, and I won't name them, who are on Mars. And they're on Mars because they went with the United States. So I know this may sound a little strange in this international environment, but I want everyone to understand what I say and what I mean when I say, you know, our leadership is going to make this world better. Tonight, as incredible as our feat was tonight, we just succeeded one more time in raising the bar even higher. New technologies never invented or attempted before were created for this incredible journey. Curiosity's final descent was dubbed 7 minutes of terror because in its 7-minute trip to the surface, it had to slow down from 13,000 miles an hour to 0. And I think you've heard this before. That's like driving 65 miles an hour on a freeway and coming to a complete stop in about 2.1 seconds. Hundreds of other things had to go just right, including a parachute slowdown at supersonic speed, 8 rocket engines to power a final descent and final soft landing by a new Sky Crane landing system. Curiosity will spend the next 2 years seeking answers to one of humanity's oldest questions, as it investigates whether conditions have favored development of microbial life on the red planet. President Obama has laid out a bold vision for sending humans to Mars, and today's landing marks a significant step toward achieving this goal. And now it's my pleasure to introduce to you a very dear friend of mine. He is the President's Science Advisor, the Director of the Office of Science and Technology Policy, and a guy who was sweating through this. And as he told me a little while ago, he thought he was going to throw up at one point. And he's probably mad because I told you that, but my friend, Dr. John Holt.
I wanted to start by saying thank you for sharing that, Charlie. Well, today on Mars, history was made on Earth. The successful landing of Curiosity, which is, as Charlie has said, the most sophisticated roving laboratory ever sent to another planet, marks what is really an unprecedented technological tour de force. It will stand as an American point of pride far into the future. It's also just the latest example of a long-standing truth about the United States, that even the longest of odds are no match for America's unique blend of technical acumen and gutsy determination. And that's certainly for all of the folks at JPL, at Caltech, at NASA, and our partners whose instruments, as Charlie has pointed out, were on this lander.